By now, you must have heard that Italy has announced some new rules for student visas and pre-enrolment procedures. These rules apply to the 2026 to 2028 intake period and affect proof of funds, pre-enrolment limits, visa approval risk, and final enrolment deadlines. You can read more about this on the Universitaly website under the section for foreign students. I will link this in the description. Please be advised that the official document is in Italian. Okay, so now I'll get into the major changes made to the proof of funds. The minimum amount required is now €10,179.85 per year, up from around €7,000 in previous years. But now family members up to the 4th degree can act as sponsors. Previously, only parents were eligible. I'll get into the degrees of family members a bit soon. Also, scholarships do not count as proof of funds unless they have already been awarded. This isn't really anything new, I guess. So, for those of you applying for regional scholarships, note that they cannot be used as proof of funds for your visa, since you'll only find out whether you've gotten one or not after you're already in Italy. So, who can be your sponsor? First degree relatives like your parents, second degree relatives like your siblings and grandparents, third degree relatives like your aunts and uncles, and fourth degree relatives like your first cousins and great aunts and uncles. So now you're less limited in terms of who can sponsor you, but this person must have sufficient means, and Italy still prefers that the funds are in your name, or that of closer relations. You'll also need to get your sponsor to sign a document confirming their willingness to sponsor you and get it notarised along with their bank statements, etc., when you're applying for your visa. There have also been changes made to the pre-enrolment procedure on Universitaly. Universities can now validate only as many applications as there are seats available, plus a maximum of 20% extra. After that, the Universitaly system automatically blocks the university from validating any further applications. Just because you pass the pre-enrolment does not mean that you will get a visa though. If for some reason a validated student gets rejected at the embassy, the spot on Universitaly will open up, and the university can validate another application. Universities are also allowed to validate more applications in truly exceptional circumstances, but the criteria are very strict. For example, the university can get special approval for their scholarship recipients. I had a few people ask if these changes also affect open access courses. Unfortunately, yes, the cap is now at the pre-enrolment stage. So just getting admitted to an open access course may not guarantee your pre-evaluation application will be validated. For visa approval, there hasn't been any shocking news. Visa approval is based on the assessment of your migration risk, meaning, are you really coming to Italy to study, or because you plan to overstay your visa? To do this, visa officers look at your family's financial history and background, your study choice consistency. Does it relate to your previous education, or is it completely unrelated? If it is unrelated, you'll need a good reason, and your likelihood of returning home. Student visas are issued specifically for the purpose of studying. If visa officers suspect that your real intent is to stay in the country long-term rather than study, they can refuse your visa. It's important to show that your primary purpose is education and that you plan to leave or comply with the visa conditions after graduation. As this is the first year with these changes, no one can be sure how things will go. So what can you do? If you're still waiting to hear back from a university, get your official documents ready if you don't already have them. This includes official translations of your academic qualifications, your declaration of value, or CIMEA certificates, etc. Most importantly, apply early on Universitaly. The portal is officially open. Prepare your financial documents and sponsored documents if applicable. Also, I would advise everyone to have a solid backup plan too. You may consider studying in cheaper or less popular destinations, for example. I'll make a video on alternatives for those of you interested soon. So, do not panic. You just need to ensure that you have completed your pre-enrolment applications correctly and on time. If you're looking to stay connected or want more info on scholarships and universities in Europe, head over to my TikTok. You can also send me a DM there if you'd like help with anything. Good luck.